200 years, Britain was the most powerful nation in the world. From Canada to India, from Australia to Nigeria, from the Caribbean to South Africa, the British Empire once ruled over a third of the people on Earth. Newly discovered film, all in original color, reveals how the British viewed their imperial possessions. 1906, Trooping the Colour for Edward VII, the zenith of imperial pride and pomp. 1919, a parade in Paris to celebrate the end of the First World War. Victory brought new riches, but exposed a vulnerable empire. Personal letters and diaries describe the experiences of the rulers and the ruled.
The British flag never flew over more powerful or united an empire than now. Never did our voice count for more in determining the future destinies of mankind.
Why do I regard British rule as a curse? It has impoverished the dumb millions. It has reduced us politically to serfdom. It has sapped the foundations of our culture.
Britain's imperial history is a story of contradiction, discovery and progress, prejudice and oppression.
What are you still doing here? Where should I be? Home? You mean this isn't my home anymore? You know what I mean. Yes, I do know. But aren't you forgotten that my work is here? My apartment. My children. But aren't you forgotten that my work is here?
Look, I know Gustav. He'll do anything to help you go back to your own country. And your daughters, let's not kid ourselves. They've already got their own family. Good Lord, Irina. It's so fascinating what's going on in your country. In a situation like that, things always work out.
But Sylvie, it's not a matter of those things. The job, the apartment, I've been living here for 20 years already. My life is here.
Your people have a revolution going on.
But if I go back to my country, I won't see you anymore.
Darling, I'll come back see you. I promise. I promise. It will be a great return. A great return. Irina! I have a good news.
What is it?
I had opened a new office for my firm in Prague. I'm thrilled to have a connection with your city.
My city? Prague isn't my city anymore.
What? What are you saying? Then what's your country?
Paris, where I met you, where I live with you.
Accept this as my gift to you.
You can't go there. I'll be the link to your lost country. I'll be happy to do it.
But please do understand that I don't want you to be linked with anyone at all. I'm happy with you.
I understand what you're saying. And don't worry that I expect to involve myself with you, with your country, with your old life. The only thing I see in Prague is your mother. I admire your mother. What a vitality! I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Waiter, we don't
Not easy returning, is it?
They can understand that we left without the slightest hope of coming back. We did our best to drop anchor where we were. Do you know Castle?
Oh, the poet.
There's a stanza he talks about his sadness. He wants to build a horse out of it and lock himself inside for 300 years. 300 years. We all saw a 300 long tunnel stretched ahead of us.
Sure, we did too here.
So then, why isn't anyone willing to acknowledge that?
Because people revise their feelings if their feelings were wrong. If history has disproved them.
And then, to everybody thinks we left to get ourselves an easy life. They don't know how hard it is to carve out a little place for yourself in a foreign world. Can you imagine leaving your country with a baby? And with another one in your belly? Raising your daughters with no money?
But it makes no sense to tell them now, even until just lately. Everybody's arguing who had the hardest time during the old regime. Everybody wants to be acknowledged as a victim. But those suffering contests are over now. These days, people are bragging about success, not about suffering. So if they're ready to respect you now, it's not because of the life you've had, but because they see you've got yourself right.
I've really got to taste your wine.
Do you remember? I wrote you at nighttime. At nighttime, you get back.
Irina, remember when? Oh no, you really must remember it. Oh my gosh, you're not laughing,
Sylvie, you were right. I could go back here. But then, I have to leave you. I have to live my whole life in there. 20 years of my life spent abroad would go back in smoke. That's the price I have to pay to be pardoned. To be accepted. To become one of them again. still remember me?
Of course.
Did you immigrated already?
Yes.
Do you live here in Paris?
No.
Okay. Is this your first time to go and pray?
No, this is the first time.
Can I see you again?
Here's my number.
Alright, thank you. See you. Bye. Hey, I need to go to our school field trip.
No, you can't go.
Why? It's a requirement.
If you go, it's the end between us. Hello? I do, sure I do. No, you're right. I couldn't know who I was talking to. How did you find out I was here? Nobody knows. What do you mean? Tell me first what this is about. I'm only here for a couple of days. I'm very busy. I might be able to squeeze in a half hour at most. Okay. I'll be there. Alright, bye. Finally. Yes. I was in a hideous mood. Hearing your voice changes everything. How sorry I am that I can be. Really? Yeah, you'll see me. For sure. I got this for you.
Oh, thank you. What's this?
You want to come along with me?
I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, now.
I'll cook for you again later. You want? No, cook your own.
Bye, Joseph. See you. Hey, Gustav, I have something for you.
Oh, what's that? Love you.
I hope you like it.
There's nothing. Oh, it's very nice.
Yes! It's so cute. Do you like it?
So, you should wear it later.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's
You want water?
No. I have water with me.
You don't have water.
Do people still read poetry books?
Hardly at all.
Listen to this.
At noon,
Sometimes you can see the knights moving off toward the river. Or, listen to this, ponds, water laid flat on its back. Or there are some evenings, Castle says, when the air is so soft and fragile that you can walk barefoot on broken glass. Or this image on horseback, death, and peacock. You've always worn your hair that way. What is that? So, are you going to make a decision someday?
You know very well that Gustave has an offices in Prague and Paris.
But, as I understand it, he wants to live in Prague.
Listen, commuting back and forth between Paris and Prague is fine with me. I have both offices. Gustave is my own boss. And we manage and we improvise.
What is it that holds you there in Paris? Your daughters?
No, I don't want to cling with them.
Have you got somebody there?
No one. My own apartment. My independence. I've always had the sense that my life is run by other people. Except for a few years after Martin died. Those were the toughest years. I was alone with my children. I had to cope up complete poverty.
He likes her and he likes her story too. He understands her. He agrees with everything she's saying. With that, she offered him her future. Although Joseph has no interest in the future, he feels happy with this woman who so visibly desires him. Suddenly, it seems unacceptable to cut short the afternoon for an appointment with his stepdaughter. Irina feels happy just by looking at Joseph talking. She doesn't feel any regret being with this man right now. Well, Joseph calls his stepdaughter.
recognize it? Look at the inscription.
He doesn't know her. In the airport, he didn't know who he was talking to. And suddenly she realizes he has never addressed her by name.
You don't know who I am.
What?
Do you know my name?
Names don't matter.
You don't call me by my name.
She drops onto the bed and weeps. Her sobs went on for a long time, and then, as if a miracle, they stopped, followed by heavy breathing. She fell asleep. Joseph was looking at her. He felt close with this woman. He could imagine staying with her, being concerned with her. They promised not to be concerned with each other's private lives, but one thing seemed clear. She was in love with him, prepared off with him, to begin everything again with him. This was Joseph's last chance to be able to help someone, but he begins to dress discreetly, silently, so as not to wake her.
Oh, hey, there's a woman in there. She will be later, okay? Okay, bye.
Irina wakes up and finds the note. She wasn't happy nor sad at the same time. She prepared to live, living like this was just all a dream.
You don't know who I am. Do you recognize me?
Don't tell me my name. Di ako okay! Mas meron ako nakitang nunal. Sobrang laki, ganito siya kalaki oh. Bagay sa'yo yun, bibiling ko yun. Buy one, take one yun sa SM Aure. Tapos lagi kong iniisip na kung paano ko malalagay yun o ididikit sa ilong mo. Kasi sa ilong mo na lang yung walang ganun. Ganun siya kalaki. If you go, it's there between us.